So, my dear listener, I want to welcome you to another edition of Law Matters, and this is Adventist World Radio. My name has been David Amankwa. In the last episode, we were privileged to have lawyer Clement Mafo to discuss issues of law that were bothering our mind. Today, too, God has blessed us with another lawyer. In fact, he's an elder of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. He's a practicing lawyer. I'm told he has a degree in theology, so I'm qualified to call him pastor. He's also an administrator. In fact, all the titles you can name, he has been blessed. Today, we are privileged to have him discuss one of the most important topics in law. Let me take this opportunity to welcome him, Lawyer Francis Echampo. Lawyer, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Lawyer, it's been a while. It's been a while since we met.
It's true.
And
Of the COVID.
Sure. I hope the family is fine.
They're all doing well.
Thank God. Can Lawyer tell us a bit more about himself? My listeners would want to know a bit about you.
As for what you said, my name is Francis John.
Okay.
I come from Adanse, Meduma, in the Adanse North District.
Okay.
I think from the quiet to my hometown is about 20 minutes drive.
Okay.
I schooled at my hometown, then went to Adamwa Secondary School.
Okay.
Then to University of Ghana. And to Kwame University to do the LLB.
Okay.
Then to Ghana Law School for the professional program.
Okay.
At the moment, I'm the hospital receiver of Valley View Adventist Hospital.
Okay. Okay.
Also the facility head.
Okay.
To put that
That's fine.
And also practicing the work in Tamale.
Okay. Wow. So, lawyer, how are you able to combine all these?
It has not been easy, but if you want to do it, it's a matter of planning your activities.
Wow.
That's not easy, but it's this. Anytime I have to go to office to work, I'm there. You also have to go to court and do some work. I'm also there. In fact, I've told my employees that
Sure.
And so I will not do it as if I'm my own, but occasionally I take issues in them so that I'll not get caught.
Okay, that's very good. And we are told you are another two.
Yes, I'm the first seller of Marco 17.
Wow, interesting. So you see, wherever we decide to turn on our discussion, Eda is there to help. Eda, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Today, like I said earlier, we are discussing will. I am sure this is one of the issues that bothers people. Many a times we hear people talk about will, but if care is not taken, you discuss the topic and you have problems at the end of the discussion, and that is why some of you are here to help us discuss and then probably answer some of the questions that bothers our mind. First of all, I want to ask, what is law? What is what is will? Let me talk about will. What is it?
When you talk about, we are talking about somebody who nothing has happened. He's not under force, not under duress, nobody's influencing him. And he has sat down and told himself that this is how I want the properties I have personally acquired to be distributed when I'm no more.
Okay, so you have properties.
You have properties.
You are still living, you are not dead.
You are not dead.
And you decide that
when I die, these properties that I acquired during my lifetime, this is the way I want them to distribute.
Wow, interesting. Ada, you see, in a society, people think that as soon as you make a will, then more or less you are signing your death warrant. It is a guarantee that you die anytime soon. How do you react to that?
Sir, I disagree with that. Whether you prepare a will or not, you die.
You die. Okay.
Like Shakespeare once said, death is
inevitable. Okay.
It will come when it has to come.
Okay.
And so it is not preparing a will that will send you to a grave. No, I disagree. it's important, if you're a Christian, it's important that when you die, you don't create problems when you are alive for people, your relatives, your wife, your children to fight over your properties.
Okay.
It's not good.
Okay.
And so before you die, you make sure you have done what is expected of you, so that when you die, people will not fight over your properties.
In fact, your statement just reminds me. I believe this has also happened to so many people, and has cut short their dreams. Imagine you have a family, a nice family, the father, the mother, everybody, things are moving on well, and unexpectedly, one of them, or maybe both of them, are no more. And in a situation where the world is not there, you realize that the relatives take over everything, and if you're not careful, the children who are supposed to be the beneficiaries of their fathers or their parents' words would find themselves elsewhere. And then some of them, if you're not careful, I've seen people who are very bright in school, and because of some of these issues, they couldn't realize their dreams. So, like you said, I believe it's a good cause.
Yes.
Now, let's come to the Bible. Do we have any biblical traces of will?
Yeah, there are a lot. You don't go to the book of Ezekiel, if you recall. Somebody's about to die. The prophet went to the king and told him that I've been told by God that I should come and tell you that prepare your way. You're going to die.
Wow. So even in the Bible, wow, that's good.
That you're going to die. It was then that the person said, no, I'm not going to die. He prayed and God extended his life for another 15 years. Okay. So the Bible is there. Because God doesn't want us to, I want people, our relatives, our children to fight over our properties when you are not born. Okay. So it's important. Okay. And once in the Bible, they tell you that it's important. Wow. And every time when you go to the book of Hebrews, it's also there. Okay.
Okay. Wow. So, my listener, I believe if you are the doubting Thomas, now you have the evidence for yourself. It's even in the Bible. It's stated in the Bible that there's the need for a will. Okay, lawyer, let's move on. And the next question I want to ask: why the need? Why the need? Why?
Like I told you earlier, that people should not fight over your properties when you are no more.
Okay.
And when you are no more, when they fight, people that you had intention, if you were to prepare well, you will not give properties to.
Okay.
Will take possession.
Okay.
And people that, if you had made a will, you have bequeathed them properties, will not take. And so it's important, whilst you are alive, you distribute. That when I'm no more there, A should take this, B should take this. Okay. But if I'm no more, people will decide for you. So why not take a decision before you
go? Okay. In any case, the properties are yours.
So
you have the right to decide whoever you want to wed it to.
Certainly.
Okay. Wow.
And then you should allow somebody to decide for you.
Okay.
Who should take A or B.
Wow. Lawyer, the next question I want to ask is, now you have told us the need to how important it is for us to make a will. Now I want to ask, are there types of will? Do you have types?
Yeah, we have. The will itself where you decide when nobody is forcing you, nobody is influencing you. At your own pace, you decide who should take A or B.
Okay.
That's the will. Okay. And sometimes too, there's something we call samanse. Because samanse is different from will.
Okay.
Samanse is when you're about to die and you tell people that when I'm no more, you should take this, you should take it. That oral will.
Okay.
You don't put into writing.
Okay.
Now, when we talk of will, we're talking about what the testator, but the person who prepares the will, the person who is making will, we call him testator.
Okay.
What the testator himself has said,
okay,
and put down, reduced into writing. So,
okay.
But some answer is where orally you see that when I'm no more there, they should take this, they should take this. So some answer is there. And then when you also go to the armed forces, they also have their own special way of doing their work.
Okay.
And so I can see some answer will, and then the armed forces, they also have their own way of.
Okay. Then I think I have an interest in the oral this thing that you said. You said like at the eve of death, you know, you tell people whoever may be around that when I die, now okay, I'm dying. After I'm no more, give this, have this house, they give it to this person, have this house, they give it to that person. How would you be able to prove that in court? Let's say, what if the person decides to lie?
No, our traditions, customs are part of our laws.
Okay.
And so, if it is someone saying it's a customary way of preparing a will, once you have people who are willing to testify that indeed then someone say was made when I was present, people could go and testify and it will accept it.
Wow. I am tempted to ask this question because I'm pretty sure my listeners may want to understand. Lawyer, you in this world, you can't really trust people. You know, there are people who there have been instances where we've heard that someone dies, they go to the mortuary to get it, and you realize that there's some ink on the thumb.
Yeah.
We've had those instances, and so it tells you that people are ready to go to any extent to get what they want for themselves. So in a situation where I'm the only person with a person dying, and then he tells me this, how am I going to prove to people that indeed the person said this?
You see, law is all about evidence.
Okay.
And so if you are able to provide evidence,
okay,
people to come and testify,
okay,
you always get whatever you want to.
Okay.
You're asking for.
Okay.
But if you just state it, nobody to come and testify to prove that indeed what you are saying is what actually happened, that is where you have a problem. Why would there be people around, assuming you are the only person, but if indeed you are the only person taking care of the man, and that people see that, oh, indeed you are there, and it is likely that when the man was about to die, such a thing happened. If it doesn't happen that way, but it doesn't happen that way, and you come out and say that, oh, assuming you are not the person who was taking care of the dead person, people don't know you are the one taking care of him.
Okay.
And you come out to say this, nobody believes you.
Okay.
But if you are the one taking care of him for the number of months that the person was, assuming if the person was a bedridden,
okay,
the number of months that the person was bedridden and you were the person there,
okay,
and people see that indeed you were taking care of that person, then whatever you come to say, the belief is that indeed it happened. But if it was the first time you went there, nobody has even seen you going there,
okay,
and you come out to say that when the man was about to die, the ABC happened, nobody believes.
It means you have a hidden agenda. Okay. Then can one say that, okay, in this morning we'll just make use of technology. Let's say the person is saying it, I have my phone. For the sake of it, let me record.
Yeah.
Is that one too admissible?
It's admissible in court.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can even video it.
Okay.
Have video
Okay.
it. Then pray.
Okay, so like lawyer has rightly said, the rule of the game is evidence. In law, if you want to prove anything, you have to show by evidence. And so if you have someone making a will for you, and that's the oral will that he said, you can make use of technology by recording. You can video the person or whatever, just to prove, in case anyone doubts you, just to prove. Okay, lawyer, thank you for that education. Now, the next question I want to ask is, let's say I make a will now. There were people that I really wanted to will my properties to. 2 years, 3 years, or even 1 week, I tried to change my mind. Can I make another will?
Yeah, you can do it. The Lord doesn't say that when you make it today, it stands for you. You can make it, prepare a will today, and the next day you can change it. Now, what it means is that if you make your will today and you want to change it tomorrow, you state that what you are doing today, assuming it was done yesterday, what you are doing today cancels what you did yesterday.
Okay.
And so what you are doing today becomes the authentic will.
Okay.
And not what you did yesterday.
So it means
you can do it and change it at any time you want.
I can actually do a will today, and then tomorrow I decide to change it. The law will allow that.
You can do it.
Okay.
Wow. But if you want to also make it a supplementary, you can also state it.
Okay.
That the original one is there, and you are adding
This to it.
But other than that, if you make a will today and you want to change it tomorrow, the law allows it. You can do it.
Wow. Wow. We're having an interesting discussion. If you just joined us, this is Adventist World Radio, and we are discussing will. We are discussing will, and that has made us understand the why or the need for us to, make a will while we live. In fact, you can make a will today and then decide to change it tomorrow. The law allows that. Well, let's move on. I want to ask this: who are the potential beneficiaries? Does the law specify a group of people who are entitled to my will, or anybody else?
I began by saying that you distribute your own acquired, self-acquired properties.
Okay.
And so the law doesn't specify who should be your property. It's up to you.
Okay.
You have ABC properties. Who do you want to give those properties to? So you have to decide.
Okay.
So it's not only limited to people from your family.
Okay.
Probably a friend has done you good and you want to report it. You can do it. It's
Okay.
your own self-acquired property. So who should benefit? It's up to you.
Okay. Wow. So that means you can even decide to well to an organization, maybe
Certainly.
church,
hospital, what have you?
Okay. Then since you're an elder of the Seventh-day Adventists, I would want you to. I am yet to see a will, someone a will that made certification that this portion of my property should go to the church. I don't know if I've not seen any will of that. So would you encourage?
A lot of people.
Do that.
I was at a workshop organized by Central Ghana Conference some years back.
Okay.
And they took us through this topic.
Okay.
And they showed us words of some church members who, in their word, stated that a portion of Mankoko farm, this house, these rooms should go to the church.
Okay.
It's in Mampong area.
Wow. Wow. That is very good, because I believe whatever the Lord gives you, it's not for the benefit of yourself alone. I mean, the church also, in your upbringing, the church also contributed in a way.
Certainly.
So I don't think it will be out of place to will a portion of your properties.
Because some of us are where we are now because of the church.
Wow.
Not because of what our parents did for us, but for the church.
Wow.
And so it's important you also take into consideration what you have also benefited from the church. And when you are making your will, a portion of your properties should go to the church.
Okay. You said something that to make a will, the property has to be your bona fide property, yours. Now let's say I'm married. I acquired properties with my wife. Can both of us do a joint will? Can you throw more light on that?
Yeah, you see, there's a case I am doing at the moment. Okay. I filed the suit just last week. I think it will answer the question. The couples married about more than 35 years.
Okay.
But the man had 2 wives.
Okay.
And this my client, is the second wife.
Okay.
During the lifetime of the man, they put up 3 houses.
Okay.
But my client had a child with the man, but the child died.
Okay.
And since they never got pregnant again, so they didn't have any child. But the first wife had 6 children with the man.
Okay.
And according to my client, or that is the facts. The facts are that my client assisted the husband to acquire most of the properties, including 3 houses. But in the will, the man unilaterally made a will as if all the properties acquired during his lifetime, he acquired them alone, without the assistance of
the wife.
Wow. And so in the will, he has stated that one of the houses should go to his first wife and his children.
Okay.
And then the second house to some rooms have also been allocated to the first wife and the children. And the very house that he was living with my client, the second wife, he stated in the will that my client should live in that house until she dies.
Okay. Okay.
And when she dies, that house should go to the first wife and the children again.
Wow.
So it's like my client has life interest in that
In the
property.
property. Okay.
When she dies, to go back to.
Back to them. Okay.
Then she came to inform, oh, this one is a very nice case. Let us go to court and see.
Okay.
If both of us have acquired property, can you unilaterally
Decide to hold it to. Okay. Okay.
that one? You see, some years back, during Urinu's time, years back, about
Okay.
50, 60 years ago, when a woman assists the husband to acquire properties, it's assumed, the law presumes that the properties were acquired by the man alone.
Okay.
And so, no matter the level of assistance you give to the man, the properties belong to, unless you can prove that that property, the acquisition of the property, you also contributed substantially
Okay.
to its acquisition before you can
Okay.
get the portion. But now the law has changed.
Okay.
The law is that once your wife,
Okay.
when we acquire property during the pendency of the marriage,
Okay.
and part.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. I'm sure we are having an interesting discussion. But unfortunately, this is where time will permit us. I'm making a promise that we'll discuss this same topic next week because there are a lot of questions I need to ask lawyer. Next week, God willing, he will be with us, and I'm sure we are going to answer most of your questions. Until we meet same time next week, the program has been Law Matters. Stay blessed.